This is the Simulation Football Minor League presented by 8PM Music on YouTube. Welcome to Week 7, the penultimate week of the minor league regular season. With a win, the visiting Albuquerque Adams can clinch a playoff berth. And if the host Tacoma Grizzlies do anything but win, they could very well be eliminated from playoff contention. Hello folks, I'm Tyler Falk. With Jack Brown alongside me, we welcome you to the Pacific Northwest and chilly, howling, rain-soaked Tacoma, Washington. Jack, maybe this weather will help the Grizzlies slow down the potent Adams offensive attack that has put up the most points in the league to this point.
Oh, absolutely, Tyler. These two teams are going to come in changing up their game plan pretty significantly considering the weather. It is absolutely a torrential downpour here in Tacoma. That classic Seattle metro area weather coming to haunt these two teams. But Albuquerque, of course, they're playing to win. They're playing to lock themselves in the playoffs. And for Tacoma, they need to win tonight and have some stuff go their way to even have a shot next week.
It'll be the host who will stand in this sub-40-degree howling storm that to get us underway tonight. Yay, Verdi has the ball on the tee, has his hand in the air, and here we go. Turn will start from around the 9-yard line as he tries to make up his way through everybody. Nice little juke move and finally taken down at the 32-yard line. That is where Tacoma's offense will take to the field for the first time tonight, led by their quarterback, King Jackson. He'll start under center, four wide receivers, hand off to his tailback, J.B. Elliott. Elliott will try and force his way forward to the 35-yard line. And let's introduce you to the rest of that Grizzly offense. J.B. Elliott, the tailback, with Rob Hunt, Lili Nakai at wideout. Bob Wong is the tight end, and on the line at left tackle is Max Van Lin. Now Jackson goes from into the gun with four wideouts. Back to pass. Firing right side, has an out route and stretching forward and picking up the first down is the wide receiver. That's good enough for a first down to the 43. That's Nakai.
Yeah, Lili Nakai been doing pretty well throughout this minor league season. Something important to note about this whole Tacoma offense, Tyler, not a single two-way on it. This is purely SFLm talent at work.
Now they go into a power I here on this first down. Handoff through the middle. Goes Elliott. He is stuffed in the backfield. Nothing doing. It'll be a loss of one on the play. And that'll introduce you to the Adams defense. Mickey Gibson, TJ Assassin, and Melt Gibson are the defensive linemen, with Michael Smith Jr., a Singletary, and Sim Borowski are the linebackers. Travis Gordon, Ricky Robinson are the corners, with Alex Marshall, Gold Osborne Davis, and Dante Grimm at the safety spots. Tight end look now here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, quick pass near side. It is caught by Rob Hunt as he steps out of bounds, picking up 6 yards.
Good pass there by Rob Hunt, getting to the outside with the ball. He's been a really talented receiver here in the minor league so far, and he's definitely made some big team scouts take notice.
First third down of the ball game here for the Grizzlies. Three wideouts, two backs in the backfield. 3-3 nickel look here from Albuquerque. Deep drop from Jackson on third down. Great protection, still standing in there. Launches one deep to the end zone. It is caught! Touchdown from out of nowhere! Great protection helps set up the tagger to the end zone.
You know, Tyler, it's conventional wisdom that when you're playing wet weather football, you don't take shots like this. But Tacoma threw out the rule book. King Jackson said, I know what's best. My arm's what's best. And he heaved that one to the end zone. I don't think Albuquerque was ready for that. They were prepared for that deep bomb. And now Tacoma strikes first.
There is a gale warning in Tacoma as we speak. And somehow got enough touch on that football from Jackson to find Lili, and somehow it's 6-0 Tacoma. here in the storm. On comes Paul Trent now to tack home the extra point. That spot kick is up, and it is good, and it's 7-0 hosts in a game they sorely need to get back into the playoff hunt.
And what a statement, too, to just go into the air. And realistically, that's how they move the ball on that drive, Tyler. Not a whole lot of running action.
So a quick under 2-minute drive. 5 plays in total, culminating with that huge passing touchdown from Jackson. We're underway again. The return coming from right around the 10-yard line. You can see the wind knocking down these kickoffs with full effect. The return by Boo Laverne gets it all the way up to the 28-yard line, and that is where Ty Patak will lead his Albuquerque offense onto the field for the first time tonight. Patak will go under center. Empty backfield behind him with 4 wideouts here on first down. Press coverage. Here comes the 4-man blitz. Patak firing near side toward the sideline. They're going to say incomplete to the tailback Josh Slapp, who was not in bounds as he received the football.
Yeah, that's a little bit edgy on whether or not he was actually in or not, but I don't think that's worth the challenge on that play. Just kind of run with it again.
Come out in a goal line on, maybe something more traditional here on second down. Try and go through the middle. Slapp trying to find his way, gets shouldered down after picking up a solid gain of 6 at the 34-yard line.
Meanwhile, Albuquerque, the team from the desert, so far looking to play a little bit more of a traditional brand of wet weather football. Keep it on the ground, keep it short, nothing too complicated. Don't need too much of the razzle-dazzle.
Quick drop here from Patak, fires over the middle to a wide open receiver. First down, Albuquerque. Fullback Galdwin Sky picking up the first down as Albuquerque moves the chains for the first time tonight. First third down conversion, first down of the ball game. Split backfield now here on a new set of downs. Tacoma send the blitz, and the pass from Patak hits the hands of Laverne. It is knocked free after the crunching hit by Tigga Clay.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad throw at all. Just that Tigga Clay bit down at just the right time. He saw where the play was coming, and he just made the play on the ball. You know, if he wasn't there, that could have been a risk of interception.
For the second down play, the offense for Albuquerque is Slapp. Josh Slapp, the tailback, with Honest Adobe, Ed Williams at wideout. Craig Westlake is the tight end. Westlake sitting on the sideline here on the second down play. Split back formation, pass over the middle into coverage. And a late flag comes in. We might have defensive pass interference on the wide receiver, Ed Williams. This might be a free first down. Indeed, they will tag Matt Brown, the middle linebacker for Tacoma, on the PI. Tried to cover the speedy receiver, got a little bit too much of the wide receiver and not enough of the ball.
Yeah, it looked like he got just a little bit too much of his body on him. You know, you can't really do that no matter what league you're in. You know, and if you're going to try and be a physical defensive back or linebacker, at least make sure to attempt to make a play on the football.
So Albuquerque will take the free first down and will move inside Tacoma territory at the 48-yard line. Now a run through the middle is bottled up after a short pickup as Lucius Carver gets there in a hurry to slow down the rushing attack, and we'll introduce you to the rest of that Grizzly defense. Jason Bourne, Justin Thibodeau are the defensive linemen. Matt Brown, Jacob Creech are the linebackers. Angel Maldonado and Nano Matthews are the corners, with King Bradshaw, Tigga Clay, Remington James, and Shepard Barkarian at safety. Deep pass over the middle near the 32-yard line is caught. Good enough for another Adams first down. That's Honest Adobe with his first reception of the ball game.
Yeah, Adobe just yesterday announcing his movement from the 404 to the 843. in SFL free agency. He has been a pretty good weapon for Atlanta. Interesting to see what he'll do up in Charleston.
Of course, having to plug in a little Charleston blood, don't you have to, owner of the Predators, Jack Brown, as you welcome your, well, now SFL minor league adjunctee into your Predator fold, as the pass is going to be out of the backfield to one of the tailbacks out to the left-hand side. That's a gain of 5 to Josh Slap. Now goal line formation here on second down. Stretch play left side for Slap. Got a couple of crucial blocks which sprung him free inside the red zone and down to the 18-yard line, and another first down for the Adams.
Yeah, and this is a very effective series of downs here for Albuquerque. Just playing the ball at a smooth rhythm. You know, they're not going too crazy. They're just making sure they're getting the first downs and keeping the offense on schedule so far.
A split back set with 3 wide receivers. Hubbard backs off. Back will dump it down to Slap as Slap gets blasted at the 12-yard line. He pick up 6 yards and paid for it.
Yeah, but it was still a good play call from Albuquerque. They noticed, too, that Tacoma was playing off the line. They're kind of playing a soft coverage, making sure that they weren't going to go for a shot at the end zone, which makes sense. You know, 1st and 10 from this far out. You know, a lot of teams do just go for that. So, nice play from Tacoma.
And off Slap's direction near side again, but this time it's Matt Brown, the man who got called for PI earlier in the drive, coming up with the stop.
And that's a pretty good makeup play there, you know, considering that, again, he was caught for the PI earlier. You know, making a big defensive stop like that can help make your defensive coordinator have a shorter memory.
Greg Westlake, the tight end, is offset the line to the left-hand side of the formation. We'll see if they go his direction. Quick drop, dump off, left side for the fullback, Sky, and Sky can't get the job done. Stopped a yard short by Angel Maldonado, and it's 4th and 1 from the 9.
And that was a good stop there by Tacoma, keeping them up heading into the next series of downs. And 4th and 1, they're going to stay out on the field, actually. Let's see if they snap it.
Almost stacking 9 men in the box. Goal line eye here for the Adams offense. Attack going hard on the hard count. Under 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Linebacker still shifting around, trying to get into Patak's head, and they will call a timeout, will the Adams, with 1 second remaining on the play clock, and now out comes the field goal unit.
Bit of a strange call to make a hard count like that when you're on the road. You don't really have the crowd with you. Opposing D-line can just hear you yelling "hut" repeatedly.
So out comes Ye Verdi, out to try and attempt a 25-yard field goal from the left hash. Remember, it's a heavy downpour here, and the wind's going a little insane. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from 25. Not a sure make in the given conditions. And that'll put Albuquerque on the board for the first time tonight. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real live players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Birdie puts his boot through the ball, and we're off and running again here in the rain as the return gets all the way to the 31-yard line and no further.
You know, something to take note about that last drive, Tyler. Albuquerque took almost 5 minutes off. Nearly half the quarter just spent on that one drive compared to Tacoma, who took basically 2 minutes off.
Out comes Tacoma with 4 wideouts. Jackson going to look to throw again. This time it's a dump off with a couple of blockers in front of Will Oswald, the receiver, and he's going to pick up 7 yards. First play, a good one. Makes second down much more manageable here for Jackson and company. He'll come out with 4 wide again, but this time will pop under center. Jackson again looking to throw. Somehow finds Elliott and nearly got it taken away. And no gain as a result. Albuquerque's defense read that one effectively.
Yeah, they crashed down to the outside. They knew that Tacoma was going to try something like that. Try something that just works. That's predicated off having a lot of green space in front of you. Or I guess here it's more of a brown space, but it is what it is. When the field gets all muddy.
It's one way to put it, as the run goes nowhere, stopped in the backfield. They didn't try and pass it on third down like they did in the last drive, which led to the touchdown. Maybe they should have done on that time, but you got to keep the defense guessing. But maybe they guessed right that time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a matter of guessing right versus guessing wrong.
Defense chose right on that third down play. Punt on its way here for the Grizzlies. Landers will punt this one away for Laverne to try and make something out of it near his own 25-yard line. He makes his return all the way up to the 30-yard line and no further. And out comes the Albuquerque offense to see if they can't build on that long extended drive, which saw them put up a field goal last time out. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first frame of action here from rain-soaked Tacoma, Washington. Tyler Falk, Jack Brown, happy to have you with us here in Week 7 of the SFLm. Floater left side will go for Slap. He turns upfield, gets knocked out of bounds at the 35.
Yeah, and Slap, as they're showing there, with the most receptions pretty much of the night so far. Getting a lot of play time, even if so far he hasn't gotten that many yards to show for it.
Now they come out here in a power eye, 2nd and 5. 7 men in the box, and the pass will be a screenplay near side for Slap, turning upfield again, and Slap gets another first down here for the Adams offense.
And that's what you get a nice running back like that for, to keep the drive moving. And it's the same play really as last time, just flipped around, and you see what happens when the defense plays soft. It is great way to exploit a soft defense.
Now, partner, it's not necessarily the amount of yards this team gets, but they are very effective in getting points. Not one of the top teams in any sort of category, as this pass out to Slap will go nowhere, taken down behind the line. We do have a flag on the play, but they do seem to find their way into the end zone. But unfortunately, that's going to set him backward as one of the center, Danny Henry, is caught a little bit too far forward on the passing play.
Yeah, as a lineman, you can't do that. You got to make sure that you stay no more than 2 yards off from the line of scrimmage, because then that's when they start getting a little bit testy with you.
Albuquerque's offense averaging 31 points per game. Another run, this time for Slap. Can't spin out of a tackle that time. Nano Matthews takes him down. The rushing attack so far this season for the Adams, it's the second best, averaging 119 yards a game. See if they go back to the ground here on 2nd and 15. Quick drop, pass over the middle into tight coverage. Somehow finds Ed Williams, and Williams will pick up 13 to midfield.
What a play there by Ed Williams to make sure that he could get the space just enough as where he could catch the football and just that was a health insurance throw, as I like to call them. Just, you know, you catch the ball and then hope that whatever happens next is covered by your insurance.
Probably the last play of the quarter as it's a run for Slap near side. Is Slap trying to drag defenders with him. Gets all the way to Tacoma's 42. And another Adams first down as we close up shop here on the first quarter. The Tacoma Grizzlies currently lead this one here in chilly Washington. 7-3 your score line. We'll be right back. This is the Simulation Football Minor League right here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Tacoma, Washington. Tyler Falk, Jack Brown here to begin matters here in the second quarter. There'll be a run up the gut here for the Adams, and Slap gets good yardage on the run. 7 all told to the 35-yard line.
You know, I was going to say this about that last play too, Tyler, but this one just helps reinforce my point. The blocking of Albuquerque on the run has been phenomenal this whole season, especially on those last 2 plays, allowing Josh Slap to kind of run through the holes, figure out where to go, makes the decision easier on a running back, and really for an offensive line, that's when you're doing a good job.
Look to do it again this time. Slap to the outside, out of a tackle inside the 20, and finally brought down to the 15-yard line. It's just as you said, partner. The blocking is the catalyst for this running attack.
Yeah, and for this one too, for Josh Slap, he was able to just find the hole and just ran right through it, found it to the outside, stayed behind his blockers. You know, a running back's got to be a really smart guy, Tyler, and Josh is just that sort of guy who has the intelligence to pick where to go and to stay behind his guys, stay at just the right amount of speed to where you stay behind them, but fast enough as to where you're moving the ball upfield.
They come out here into the red zone in the goal line eye. Stretch play near side for Slap, and Slap is folded like a lawn chair at the line of scrimmage. Had nowhere to go. Maldonado spearing him at the 15.
Slap, oddly, in a very strange turn of events, living up to his name in a way, as Maldonado just lays him out for no gain, no loss. Albuquerque still staying in the same formation.
Time they'll try and swing pass it to Slap to the right side. He gets all the way to the 10-yard before first contact is made with him and gains an extra couple yards.
Yeah, that almost looked like a bit of a screenplay. Good job, though, from Albuquerque to set it up, get the blockers out there, and they're moving the ball still with conviction.
Another third down here deep in the red zone for the Albuquerque offense. They'll try and run it, and Slap is slapped hard again. That's a huge loss on the play. Lucius Carver coming up with the tackle. He carved through the offensive line to get home, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit of a questionable call considering the fact that they had used Slap so much this drive. You would think that they would try and go for maybe a little bit more of a downfield play to just change up the pacing a little bit. But now they're going to have to settle for 3 again, and they'll still be down.
By only a point. Kick is up, and it is good. It will be a 1-point ball game. 7-6. Tacoma in the lead for now. Liking in the game so far, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As the SFL approaches its 20th anniversary season, there is much more content to come. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. And here we go again in a 1-point ball game on the return. Here comes Fallworth, and Fallworth can get only up the 26-yard line before he's stopped. That will bring Tacoma's offense on for the 3rd time tonight. And a very quick-moving first half, partner.
Yeah, and a large part of that comes down to the fact that On one end, you got a slow, methodical offense in Albuquerque, and then you got a boomer bust of Tacoma, and I expect them to go for another boom on this play.
We'll see what happens. They do spread the field with 5 wideouts. Back to pass pumping once. Jackson finds a man underneath everybody, but can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Damon James hauls in the reception, but it's big old Dante Grimm, the Grim Reaper, getting to him and stopping him for no game.
There was certainly a boom on that play, Tyler, but unfortunately it was the boom of the pads hitting, not quite the boom that Como was hoping for.
5 receivers. They cut out one of the receiver to get a little bit of rest with 4. Pass left side, wide open man in the flat. That's a good enough pickup for 7 yards as the receiver, Rob Hunt, twirls his way out of bounds. And doesn't look like Albuquerque like the call on the field. They're going to go ahead and challenge the play, seeing if Hunt got at least 1 foot inbound. That's a very interesting angle, but I think he's got one in.
It looked like he got 2, honestly.
See if Joshua Williams rues the day he called this challenge flag. Instead, it will be overturned. A very interesting call from R62. What haven't we seen out of R62 in the SFL or /SFLm in all his years of work for the league?
You know, I need to remember that whatever I say means nothing in the grand scheme of things when I do these, when I analyze these things, because R62, he truly knows all. He sees things that we don't.
Deep shot near side into coverage, and it's taken away by Tavis Gordon. There's the first mistake, and it's a big one. It puts Albuquerque near midfield.
Now, I do question a little bit of the play calling here, and the throw by King Jackson, just a little bit off where it should have been, and throwing that deep into double coverage when you only needed, I think it was 9 or 10 yards. Very aggressive, but unfortunately it blows up in their face.
Said boomer bust, and, well, not to their liking. It's a boon for the Albuquerque Adams, and their offense will take over. First play will be a screen, potentially, and it fails to amount to anything. In fact, it amounts to a sack from Jason Bourne.
You know, there's a old movie quote that we could utilize here, but I restrained myself.
Oh my goodness, it's Jason Bourne. 2 wide receivers on the field for this time around. Swing pass near side, turning upfield, somehow finding his way through the defenders. Was Cullen the tight end.
And just making 2 defenders miss on its own is really impressive. Let's actually watch that back here, Tyler. Just a perfectly run route caused 2 defenders to collapse in on him. One guy missed. The other guy thought the other guy was going to go for it. And he just got a few more yards than he probably deserved.
Well, that makes 3rd down. Much more likely chance to convert after going backward on the sack on 1st down. Offset eye behind Patak. He will look to throw over the middle on the slant pattern, and he cannot haul it in. The receiver, Bo Laverne, cannot survive the hit by Tigga Clay, and Albuquerque will not be able to convert on the turnover. They go 3 and out.
Very good job defending there by Tacoma to get the ball back as soon as possible, negating what was a pretty bad play and stopping it from becoming a disaster.
It's on its way from Ralph Bennington. Fair catch called for by Falworth at his own 11-yard line, and hauls that in as he gazes through the downpour to haul that one in. As Tacoma will retake over, so no harm, no foul in the interception. Now we'll see if King Jackson can recover from the interception. 3-3 nickel look to combat the 3 wide receiver look out of Tacoma from the Albuquerque defense. 5-step drop from Jackson, looking to throw deep into coverage again, and that's nearly picked up as the DB, Ricky Robinson, read that one almost to perfection, just couldn't get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, and I'm surprised Tacoma is going right back to these deep throws. You think that with a quarterback just after a pick, you want to try and settle the nerves a little bit, get back into a rhythm, especially when you are in such a precarious position.
Counterpoint to that, partner, it's good to see that Jackson is still willing to throw those deep balls even after the pick, trying to prove to the defense that I'm not going to be put off kilter by a few mistakes. Another deep drop here from Jackson, and he goes down at the 2-yard line. Oh, a dangerous play. Nearly went from bad to worse as Mickey Gibson gets home.
They were lucky that they were at that line scrimmage, and if it was a few yards back, that would have easily been a safety. And for the last few plays, it's been nothing but sacks and interceptions for this Tacoma offense. Not a great look at this point.
From the shadow and floodwaters of their own end zone. Let's go with the run, a safe play, left side for Elliott. Elliott, who has had one big carry in the rain a few weeks ago versus Ottawa, can only manage to get back to the 10-yard line this time.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad play at all, especially to call when you're at your own half-yard line. Get the yardage, make sure you get it out of your own end zone, and that's this punt's a little bit less risky.
2 3-and-outs, one by Albuquerque, now one from Tacoma. Both resulted a punt as the return gets to the 34-yard line, and so Albuquerque will start this next drive in stupendous field position here at the Tacoma 34. The SFL Minor League is winding down Season 6, but it's never too late to create your player and get him or her involved in the next rookie class. Season's 20s rookie draft takes place December 17th and 18th, so don't miss your chance. The sooner you create your player, the better your player will be on draft day. For more information, visit simulationfl.net. Handoff up the middle for Slap, and he is wrapped up before he can even get going. A loss of 1 as Creech gets home. That last play went for negative yards. We'll see if Albuquerque can reset the dividend and go positive here on second down. With another run, and again it's going to go backwards. This time a loss of 2. And if math has taught me anything, partner, anything about compounding exponents, maybe the next play goes back for 3 yards?
Something like that, yeah. I mean, probability, statistics, something like that. I don't know. I'm a humanities major. Math was never my strong suit.
Let's hope for the Adams it's not the case, as the tack lines up with 5 receivers, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Back to throw, stepping out of the pocket to avoid the pressure, throws across his body, and that's nearly picked. Incomplete. Bakarian nearly had that one, and it's another 3-and-out.
Not too surprising there that they would go for a play like that. But unfortunately, Patak was way too uncomfortable. He was scrambling to the left, scrambling to the right, scrambling here, there, and everywhere. He was looking like a plate of scrambled eggs. And just was throwing off his back foot. It's rare that those sorts of passes work out.
Punt is on its way. It's going to be left alone by the returnman Fallworth. The ball bounces into the end zone, down for a touchback, and now Tacoma will get another chance here on offense as this game is kind of stagnated. Maybe the players are stuck in the mud. No pun intended, as torrential downpour, gale warning, and it's cold out here in Tacoma. 38 degrees at the time of kickoff, getting close to freezing rain here in the Pacific Northwest. Pass out to the left side for the tailback. Elliott can only get 1 yard on the swing pass, taken down by Jeff Olson.
Yeah, it seems to be that these two offenses are really slow to a crawl in these latter phases of the first half. You know, it's almost like they suddenly realized, oh yeah, we're playing some wet weather football. You know, can't really do a whole lot.
Falls in the last call, Simbrowski with the tackle. As Elliott goes through the middle, and Elliott has a large hole. That's 14 yards for the dangerous, speedy tailback.
And that's all. It's first time in a while that we've seen him make a really big play like that. A great run. Offensive line creates a hole for him. The defender got caught in the backfield, and he just got the first down, did what he needed to do.
ABE showing off what he can do. Still trying to get onto an SFL roster, and if he continues to make scampers like that, he'll find himself on one soon enough. Bump coverage from the DBs. Here on this first down, Elliott gets another call, and this time he can't go anywhere. He's met by the middle linebacker, Ace Singletary.
Yeah, Ace, another two-way, now in Canton, moved there over free agency. Great to see him sign for a new team, get some new opportunities.
Quick to hike the ball is Jackson. He gets under pressure. The blitz comes and says hello, and down goes Jackson.
And that is exactly what Albuquerque needed on this drive. Just as Tacoma was gaining a bit of momentum, they were looking like they were going in the right direction. They mollywop King Jackson, and now it's third and, well, from about here to Albuquerque.
See what they can do. 3rd and 14 officially. 5 wide receivers. Jackson will look to throw. Has a little time, floating one left side. That is caught on the sideline. And out of the tackle goes Rob Hunt. Rob Hunt down the sideline and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tacoma!
Rob Hunt, the South Carolina native, just balls out on this play, takes the catch, sheds the tackler, and he is gone at that point, showing his wheels. Look at that crisp route running. He only needed 14 yards. He gets a heck of a lot more than that, and that's a touchdown for the Grizz.
He was hunting for a touchdown on that play, and he found the back of the end zone. Fantastic run, and finally one of the big passing plays connects again for the Grizzlies. That's 2 passing touchdowns on the day for King Jackson. Hunt's got one, Nakai's got the other, and Tacoma currently has a 7-point lead. And it's Paul Trent to try and make it an 8-point lead. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good as we hit the 2-minute 30 mark here in the second quarter. Tacoma 14, Albuquerque 6. After a string of nothing, of 3-and-outs and punts, Tacoma livens us up once again here in the chilly conditions with a nice passing touchdown, and we're off and running again. Turn gets only to the 27-yard line before the lumber is laid on the return man, Laverne. That will set out the Adams offense once again to see if they can't echo Tacoma's touchdown.
I mean, they haven't gotten a touchdown on the board yet. 2 field goals for them as opposed to the 2 touchdowns for Tacoma.
They'll start with an offset eye behind Patak and 2 wideouts off to the right. Quick drop, Patak fires right side, caught by Williams for a pickup of 5.
Gain of 6 yards on the play.
One play takes 8 seconds off the clock and moves him forward 5 yards. We'll see now as the clock returns to running. We get closer to the 2-minute warning. Albuquerque in the goal line eye. Looking for a swing pass, will find slap out of the backfield, spinning away from one, and Maldonado and company close him down after a 3-yard pickup, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning here in this one in the first half of play. Albuquerque looking to score again to try and keep pace with Tacoma. You're watching the SFLm Week 7 action here on YouTube. Two minutes to go here in the first half. First play out of the break will be a run near side for Slap. Got a couple of blockers. Slap inside the 40. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line of the Grizzlies.
That's exactly what Albuquerque needed. Just a big play like that to set him up in plus territory. You know, and of course, where else to come from it but a big run from Josh Slap.
Take a look again. The blocking has been superb all season. The fullback, Gladwin Sky, gets down there to help out. That'll push Albuquerque in the opposite side of midfield. They look to try get back into the points. From Tacoma's 34-yard line. Two true wide receivers, two tight ends, and a running back all on the line. Looking to throw is Patak. Over to the middle, that's caught. And then a horde of Grizzlies closed down on the ball carrier as Cullen was able to haul it in, but couldn't get much off the catch. Second and short now here for the Adams at the 27-yard line. With a run through the middle, nothing doing. Stopped only after maybe a yard as the Adams come back to the line in a hurry. Third down, looking to run again. Same play, this time for a little bit better success. It's a first down. Back to the line they go. Might this be the only play in the arsenal? Not so. Pass over the middle is a pump, and then he throws, trying to look for Adobe, but cannot connect. Incomplete.
And now it seems to be that Albuquerque's offense is kind of stalled out a little bit here. It's been an issue for them throughout today so far. Just kind of sputtering to a halt between the 20 and the 30.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here for the Adams. A minute and a second to go here in the first half. Dropping back as Patak, looking for the out route near side, is caught. Turning upfield and stepping out of bounds is Williams after picking up 6 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 from the 17. Solid drive here deep into the red zone, but Albuquerque has had 2 other drives get this far and have not resulted in any points. Will this one be any different? Looking to throw right side into quadruple coverage. Could not find Westlake, and it falls incomplete. 4th down. That brings on the field goal unit for the 3rd time tonight here in the red zone.
And I couldn't exactly even tell who Patak was trying to throw to on that play. There seemed to be a bit of an errant pass. And Albuquerque once again going to have to settle for a Yay Verity field goal.
This one from 33 yards in the left hash. Longest attempt of the ball game for Verdi. Snap spot kick is up, and it is good. Adams now have 9 points. They cut the deficit to 5. 14-9 your score line here, under a minute to go here in the first half of play. We want to remind you that we got double headers here in the SFLm, and game currently going over also on SFL YouTube between the Annapolis Navigators and San Jose Flight is currently scoreless at 0-0. Cameron Irvine, the SFL commissioners, not only producing our game, but also producing and calling the Annapolis game with Rochelle Coast. Thanks for checking us out. Maybe we'll just picture in picture and watch both of the games side by side. Turn now here for Fallworth, gets all the way up to the 33-yard line, where he is tackled, and that is where Tacoma's offense comes back on the field. And with this gung-ho offense partner, you would expect them to try and get some more points here before the end of the half.
I mean, it's very realistic that Tacoma could walk out of this first half with another touchdown, considering how quickly they've been able to score so far.
Or wide out. Here in the formation. Jackson dumps it off to his tailback, Elliott. Elliott with space up the left side will easily pick up the first down as they'll call a timeout. Jackson seeing no one open down the field, just quickly got rid of it to Elliott. That's an easy pitch and catch that'll move the chains. Now with 39 seconds to go here for the Grizzlies, they come out in a goal line, or excuse me, a power I, here with plenty of distance between them and field goal range. Quick screen play left side for Elliott. He's tackled inbounds only after a yard as the Grizzlies come back to the line. Jackson going to look for the same play. Finds Elliott, turning upfield with blockers this time. Gets a good old chunk of yards, maybe 7 all told, but not enough for the first as the clock ticks under 10 seconds to go. Another screen play incoming, pass left side for Elliott. Clock ticks under 2 seconds, 1 second, and clock expires before they can even call a timeout, and that's the half. Partner, what a strange series of events.
Yeah, not a good formation to get stuck in. You can tell that in that package they didn't have a lot. They didn't know what they were doing. They were like, I don't know, another screenplay. Sure, why not? That's fun. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, and while Tacoma leads at the half, I'm sure it's not to their liking.
But regardless of that, it's been the air ball, the big playability of Tacoma, which has really come alive versus Albuquerque, as they've held Albuquerque to only 9 points on offense and have yet to give up a touchdown. This is not what the script had in front of us when we began the game today, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't expect in weather conditions like these the passing game to work at all, but Tacoma just threw that out the window. They said, you know what, we play in this every week if we could, and just has been airing it out mostly. Albuquerque's been taking more slow, sustained drives. The main issue they've been running into is they have been awful in the red zone or in the 20 to 30 yard range where they just cannot finish the deal, at least to this point. They need to work on that if they want to win this football game and clinch a spot in the SFLm playoffs.
One thing that is currently running true to form is Tacoma's defense. Now they average about 18 points against on any given sim day, and today they've only given up about half of that. They've been able to find ways to shut down slap in the running game in these little screen plays that both teams seem to run, but it's just been a better offensive production, surprisingly, from the underdogs.
Yeah, at least to this point, they've been doing really well in the big plays, And realistically, if you can get those big plays where you put up points, at the end of the day, football's not about who has the most yards at the end of the day. It's about who has the most points. And up until here in the second half, Tacoma has the most points.
Welcome you back to Tacoma, Washington. Out of the halftime break, Tyler Falk alongside Jack Brown. Happy to have your company, and let's all maybe snuggle in just a little bit closer to one another here in a very chilly evening in some very drastic conditions here in the Pacific Northwest, as the return is a good one, heading out to the left-hand side, trying to beat the punter and can't. Taken down to the 42-yard line, an excellent return from Laverne.
Yeah, Bo Laverne getting to the outside. Kickoff returns are often just kind of seen as formality. You don't really process them that deeply. But here, if Albuquerque can capture and really capitalize on this, they can make a big play.
Solid return puts Albuquerque in excellent position, and maybe some halftime adjustments. Maybe that'll help them with their red zone woes. They've gotten 3 field goals on 3 trips to there, but haven't been able to make a touchdown. We'll see what happens here. Pump goal to the middle. That one is hauled in at midfield, and turning upfield and getting to the 46-yard line at a first down is Kyle Ferdinand, the tight end.
And already Albuquerque in plus territory after just one play on their opening drive the second half.
Very nice opening salvo to begin the drive and to begin the half. We'll see if that continues as they go into a power I. Stretch play left side, cutting it back is Slap and having to pay for it as he gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing.
Second and 10. Ball at the 46-yard.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 10 here from the 46-yard line. Offset eye behind Patak, 4-3 look out of Tacoma. Stretch play near side this time as Slap had to cut it back inside again. This time he's able to get maybe a yard before Thibodeau and company brought him down.
Yeah, and now Albuquerque, sorry. Backed up into a 3rd and long. They haven't been doing too well in these plays to this point in the game.
Dak's going to spread the field with 5 receivers in the formation. Tack, floater over the middle, will find the hands of a defender. Tacoma have the pick. And now it's a pick apiece between the two clubs and a timely interception from Remington James.
And he just sat there watching it like a hawk. It was a tip drill pick. And Tacoma get a huge break, start the second half, as they can look to extend their lead.
Very dangerous pass from Patak. Results in Tacoma taking over. Patak's 7th interception on the season as back to pass is Jackson looking for Elliott out of the backfield, and Elliott takes a cold shoulder from Dante Grimm after picking up 6 yards. Dante Grimm, one of the members of the Federal Bureau of Interceptors over in Louisiana, playing here in Albuquerque, can show why he's maybe on the verge of taking over the number 1 strong safety spot here in the near future for the Revolution. On power I, handoff through the middle goes Elliott. Not doing a whole lot, able to find his way for a couple yards and no further as Michael Smith was there to greet him.
3rd and 2. Ball at the 38-yard line.
Back to pass is Jackson. Dump off. Nice spinning grab by Elliott with one hand. And they will give him the first down yardage to the 39. That might draw the air of the coaching staff of Albuquerque.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what R62 initially claimed. That looked like it was just enough, and I don't think, does not look like Josh Williams is going to try to challenge that.
Another passing play, blitz coming, able to find a man over the middle, cannot haul it in by Hunt, and that one bobbled up a little bit longer than anyone would have liked. Unfortunately, Albuquerque unable to haul that pick in.
Surprised they let that one bounce around so much up in the air, but fortunately for Tacoma, that falls to the ground incomplete.
That shows you what kind of conditions we're dealing with. The ball even more slick during this downpour. Other pass, this time hauled in and gaining 7 yards is the wide receiver Lili Nakai. Third and short upcoming here for the Grizzlies. 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson under center. Will look to throw. Four-man blitz from Albuquerque. Pass over the middle is dropped. Flat out dropped by Martin Fallworth, and that'll bring on the punting unit.
And that was another great play there by the Albuquerque defense. Getting them off the field. It looks like we're back to kind of the old way of functioning here in this football game. Wouldn't you say, Tyler?
I'd say in these conditions, passing, it works when it wants to, not when necessarily when you want to. Punt is away from Landers. That one nearly blocked. And the return man, Laverne, can't make it 2 for 2 on nice returns in the half. He's bottled up rather quickly at his own 17-yard line. Out comes the Albuquerque offense for their second drive of the half. Patak throwing interception on the last drive. We'll see if he's learned from that mistake here on drive number 2 of half number 2. With a run near side for Slap. Got a couple blockers out there, able to help Slap get to the 21-yard line and a gain of 5 yards. The SFL network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. ESTV is now live on Prime Video and the free app. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android, iPhone, or through your smart TV before Season 20 today. As that pass over the middle is caught by tight end, and that's another Albuquerque first down.
And Albuquerque, once again, getting back to what they know best, moving the ball methodically, nothing too flashy. They've been great between the 20s.
Westlake again here in these short 5 to 10 yard pickups. Moving his worth here for the Adams. Running pass over the middle. That one is again caught by Westlake. And Westlake has 2 for 2 in as many plays.
First and 10.
Now it's 1st and 10 here for the Adams. I formation. Here on this first down. Wing play now for the fullback, Sky. Sky trying to bully his way through defenders. Can't. Good solid tackling from Nano Matthews on the outside.
Yeah, and that was a nice little halfback dump off, too, for Albuquerque. Gets them the yardage they needed. Not even like they needed a whole lot to begin with.
All right, set here in 2nd and medium. With a run up the middle, flag on the play. It's a first down for now as Jacob Creech brings down Slap. But let's see what the call is from our 62.
Neutral zone infraction, number 92, defense, the penalty.
It's Justin Thibodeau, the defensive end, getting called for jumping off sides, and Albuquerque will decline the penalty and take the first down yardage.
Man's got a little bit too excited there, and unfortunately does concede a first down as Albuquerque's once again marching down the field, crossing the midfield stripe. They've been here just a few short minutes ago.
And off left side, Slap trying to find his way through the hole created for him, is only able to manage 2 yards. It's Brown, the middle linebacker, who says hello.
Second and 7. From the
Another slow, methodical drive continues here for the Adams. Now it's 2nd and 8. Another heavy look here from Albuquerque. Linebacker shift in the direction of the weak start of the formation. Little dump off over the middle is caught and short of the first down marker. They'll say Westlake just came on a little arrow route off the end, was able to pick up decent yardage. 3rd and inches, handoff near side, Slap's got the first. Creech unable to bring him down in time as Albuquerque moved the chains.
Yeah, and that was enough for a first down, just barely. But when you're in a running situation like that, you're just looking to get the yards you need, not necessarily the yards that you want.
Especially in these conditions, take as many yards as you can get. Another first down here for the Adams. We'll see what they can do with it. They inch closer to the red zone. Passing play. Tack sidearm sling over the middle. That's caught. And another first down here for the Adams as it's Anasadobi with the reception.
And now we once again get to Albuquerque's main weakness, which is inside the 30. If they can get into the end zone, completely change the game here, though, Tyler.
See them take the lead at least by 1. Other pass, deep drop, stepping up is Patak. He launches it near side. It's caught by Williams, who got a foot inbounds, and then they'll move inside the 15 down to the 12.
The defender almost got the deflection on it, and great job from Ty Patak to move up in the pocket, see where the receiver was going to be open, and threw it into a window. Only he could catch it.
Just barely got it over the outstretched arms of the defensive back there. Incredible touch on the ball. Learning from the mistake earlier in the ball game where he threw it over the middle for the interception. Now the drive continues with that excellent pass. Run left side, force slap, and slap, having to cut back inside again. And every time he's done that, partner, he hasn't been able to get as many yards as I think him or his team would have liked.
Yeah, he's going to be really hit or miss when it comes to these short yardage situations or longer yardage situations. And it looks like they're going to go into something similar to that again.
All right. Against a 3-4-3 handoff through the middle. Slap trying to find his way as he tried to navigate through offensive and defensive linemen alike. Only able to pick up only a couple more as he's met there by Carver. Third and 6 from the 8, and they bring out a 5 wide receiver set. We'll see if it works to end the red zone woes. Jumping up in the pocket and running with this Patak. Patak slides short of the first down marker. I guess that's better than nothing. And it will be Ye Verdi called upon again here in the red zone to try and inch Albuquerque closer to Tacoma.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't try to lower the shoulder maybe. When you're this close, you got to think a little bit more about, okay, let's get the first down, and maybe a little bit more, because if it's third down, you know you're not going to get another chance. You can't play it safe.
Kick is up and good, and so it will be a 2-point ball game. 14-12 now, your score line with the hosts out in front. But for how much longer, you wonder? The Adams, on these big drives, partner, they haven't resulted in touchdowns, but they've gotten points, which has been their MO all season long.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess, you know, if you're just getting points, they're keeping themselves in the football game, which is good. They need a few more stops and a few more field goals. They'll definitely be in front. It's just, you need to finish the job when you're going up against a team that you know you can beat.
Allworth maybe needing an extra helping hand as he was lit up at the 26-yard line on the return. And now comes the Grizzly offense to retake the field. They begin another drive as they look for their first points of the second half. Belonging to tight end, flexed off to the left as Jackson takes a 5-step drop, pass over the middle, penalty on the play. It's a short, maybe 3 to 4 yard pickup for Rob Hunt at the moment. R62 with a call.
Holding, number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Harry Emmons. A tackle is flagged for the holding. The right tackle unable to keep his hands clean.
Yeah, unfortunately, not what you like to see, especially when they already got pressure on the quarterback. but one of the first things they always teach you about how to play offensive line is that, yeah, you basically got to hold on every play. You just can't make it obvious. Unfortunately, he made it obvious.
That sets him back all the way to the 16. First and 20 now. Quick drop here from Jackson. Looks right side, caught, and that'll get him closer back to the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 8 yards from Fallworth.
Yeah, they gained what they lost, essentially, which is not bad at all, considering, that's sort of play calls you want to be making under those sort of circumstances. You got 2 plays to get 12 yards. Much easier under these circumstances.
The only a net loss of 2 on the drive after the penalty and subsequent 8-yard pickup. Running play now for Elliott. Elliott able to dive forward, pick up a couple extra yards, and that will bring us to the 4th quarter. Get your 4s, 86s, 12s up in chat. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Tight ball game here at the end of the regular season here in week 7. Only one more week to go after this one. Both teams needing a win. Tacoma with a win definitely keeps their playoff hopes alive. Albuquerque with a win clinches a playoff spot outright before the final day. Jackson under pressure out of 1 tackle, and then he's taken down. A broken play results in the Adams taking advantage.
And that is a great move defensively for Albuquerque. They're going to be able to get the ball back with a lot of time. And the way they've played this game so far, they've been milking clock.
Well, Mickey Gibson eventually gets home and takes down the quarterback as the punt is away from Landers. And here comes Laverne on the return as he's blown up at the 40-yard line. Nothing doing. And here come the Adams offense. They've got 60 yards from pay dirt, but they haven't been able to hit pay dirt so far today, but it might not hurt them if they can get another field goal here on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, now you don't have to really worry about whether or not you're getting a field goal or a touchdown. Sure, a touchdown gives you more security. However, a field goal still gives you the lead nonetheless. In the way that your defense has been playing, Tacoma's only really been able to get anything going on big plays.
Deep drop from Batak. Might want to look for it all here on the first play of the drive. And he finds a man at the 33. Down to the 31 goes Adobe.
And, well, Albuquerque finally decided to unleash their long game type attack, looking like Nate Davis, another quarterback for a pro team in the great city of Albuquerque, launching it deep for Honus Adobe.
That'll quickly flip field position. Back in the plus side come the Adams as they start to maybe inch their way into field goal range. Running play, right side, 4 slap. He gets to the outside this time, and he makes use of it. 5-yard pickup, one of his better runs as of late.
Number 50 with the tackle. Second and 4.
Now it's 2nd and 5. Power eye set here at the Tacoma 25-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go. Handoff through the middle is slapped. He's trying to fight off defenders, and he's eventually dogpiled after picking up 3 yards. Here comes another crucial 3rd down here in the 30 and under yard mark. Back passing. That one's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Ball flutters to the turf after the blitz, able to force enough pressure. And here comes Ye Verdi to try and give the Adams the lead with his 5th field goal attempt of the game.
Yeah, Albuquerque decided to go the long way, but now they're just a field goal kick away from taking the lead in this game right towards the end of it.
This will be the longest field goal of the game here for Verdi. 40 yards out from the right hash. Kick is on its way, and it is good from 40. And that will give the Adams their first lead of the game.
Yeah, it took him a while, but Ye Verdi put it up and through. Now Albuquerque up 15-14, and Tacoma, still hunting for an upset, now find themselves in a hole.
Grizzlies able to find the end zone, but the Adams able to, well, do what the United States national team did in the World Cup, and that was hit the back of the netting with the football. We did that on 5 times. Did the Adams. USA did that once to advance to the knockout stages earlier today as the return gets the 27-yard line and no further. We want to remind you that 8 p.m. music is music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. 4-man rush here from the Adams, pass over the middle. That one's picked up! And the Adams are right back on the ball with another crucial takeaway. Tavis Gordon with his second pick of the game.
And now Albuquerque's starting to take over this game. You know, it was getting testy, but now Albuquerque's starting to put their foot on the gas. And hopefully they can put it into the end zone this time around and extend their lead.
Even a field goal would make it a 4-point ball game, and Tacoma would need a touchdown at that point. Any points will work. Here for the Adams, they come out in an offset eye, 2 wide receivers and a tight end flex. Run, near side for Slaps. He shuffles back the inside of the field, and he's taken down after picking up 6.
Number 28, credited with the tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Adams coming here out in the goal line eye as the coverage backs off a little bit. Now one of the DBs starts to creep down. Tack gonna throw right side for Slap. Slap a race to the pylon, and he will pick up the first down near the 20-yard line.
And now it seems to be that Albuquerque is finally starting to figure out how to work it in these shorter yardage situations. Moving the ball downfield even now.
Momentum has been shifting ever steadily in the visitors' direction all game long as they have been consistent in their offensive attack. Handoff through the middle and nothing doing. The middle is where the run game has been the weakest tonight for Albuquerque, but it hasn't hurt them too much.
No, not really. I mean, still though, Tacoma has been crashing the linebackers through the middle, basically making anywhere between the 2 tackles borderline off limits.
5-step drop, attack, corner route, wide open receiver. That's caught, but out of bounds.
Led him just an inch or two too far as type attack. And that's got to hurt. And Albuquerque is challenging this one. And this could be huge because this could be overturned to a touchdown.
Now, they did throw the challenge flag against Tacoma earlier in the ball game on a catch. R62 may be having to squint through the raindrops like the rest of us. Let's get the replay and see where this one ends up. Now, I think that's more definite than the earlier challenge partner. I think this is going to be a catch.
Yeah, I think so. And it is.
Second challenge of the day, and Jason Williams has been red hot with the red hanky tonight, as that's going to result in a huge pickup all the way to the 4-yard line, and it's 1st and goal Adams. Now here on 1st and goal from the 4. Batak lines up under center. 3 tailbacks behind him. He'll look to pass. Near side, it is dropped. It hit Slap's hands like Slap's hands were bricks.
Yeah, it seems that finally that the wet ball has caught up to Albuquerque with these slippery hand drops. Does stop the clock, which is good for Tacoma.
You could hear the thud all the way here in the booth. Sadly enough for Slap. 2nd and goal here from the 4. They go with a run for slap near side. Nothing doing. Lost some 1, maybe 2 on the play. Jason Bourne again. He's shown glimpses of what he can do here on the defensive line, getting a couple of tackles and a sack. And now it's 3rd and goal. Trips off to the left of the formation, but tack on our center. Back gonna look for a quick throw near side, caught near the 1. And it is hauled in, but cannot reach out the arm fast enough as Adobe falls out of bounds at the 1. 4th and goal coming up. It looks like the field goal unit's coming onto the field.
And that's got to be torturous for Albuquerque. This is the closest they've been all day to making it through, and Ye Verdi going to have to kick his 6th field goal today.
This one, maybe just a gimme. 17, 18 yards out. Snap spot kick is up and good. And it's now an 18-14 ball game. Verdi, a very impressive night. 6-4-6 here in the pouring rain.
Can we just give him the Player of the Game award already? I mean, he has been the entirety of Albuquerque's scoring output. And if he wasn't out there, this would have been a 14-0 shutout.
Well, he might not have landed in the land of blues, but he definitely has some blue suede shoes on to help him with his kicking swagger. As the return here from Fallworth gets all the way to the 26, and now it's high time for the Tacoma Grizzlies to respond with some points of their own. They've been shut out in this second half. It's time for some points. We'll see if Tacoma are the one who to grab the next couple of points. Handoff, nothing doing. Elliott bottle up in the backfield. It's a loss of 1. Dante Grimm getting into the action from a safety blitz. Backed up now to the 25-yard line. 3 wideouts, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson gonna look to throw this time. Looks over the middle. That one is caught by Hunt, and he falls for it. A good pickup. 10.5 yards all told. Excuse me, that's Nakai this time who comes away with the reception.
Yeah, gets him moving upfield, and now they're going to need something on this 3rd and short because, well, they are for the first time in a losing position.
Swing pass near side. Lots of room to run for Elliott. It's an easy first down for the Grizzlies.
Easy as they come for JB Elliott. Noticed that the defense was playing off the line. Got a few guys to block. He only needed like half a yard. Got a few. And that's going to move the chains. First down.
Excellent play call. Defense backed off a little bit on that 3rd and short. And Tacoma will flip the down marker back to 1. Adams going to stack the box on defense. They'll pile in 8 guys on that box. As the handoff left side for Elliott. Nothing doing. The extra help on the interior pays off as Sambrowski gets to the tailback. Now here come Tacoma with 4 wide receivers. Well, the handoff left side for Elliott. Nothing doing. Tried to run in the same direction twice, and Adams are having none of it. Again, it's Broski.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird maneuver there. Sets it up in a 3rd and long situation where they are going to need to convert because they are running short of time.
Tick closer to the 4-minute mark. Jackson going to look to throw. Under pressure. Has to get rid of it. Finds Nakai cutting across the middle at the logo. That's a catch and a gain of about 6. to their own 49. That's 4 yards short, partner.
Yeah, hit Lili Nakai at the logo, which really doesn't seem to exist much anymore, and they're going to go for it.
Might as well try for it to potentially save their season. They're going to go with a run up the middle. Elliott, nothing doing. The Adams defense holds, and that will be a turnover on downs.
I get trying to keep it short, but man, I don't know if a delayed handoff would ever work in a scenario like this. You need to be able to at least move the ball upfield. Look at plays that move you forward.
An untimely play call, maybe not the best of play calls in pundits' eyes, but I get from a broadcaster's point of view what they try to do. But now it's Adams' ball, and they have done extremely well in milking clock. This might be their chance to finally put them away. Handoff near side, goes for a loss of 1. Flap unable to do much as Creech gets to the tailback in the backfield. Who plays who? The 20th anniversary season schedule will be released tomorrow, November 30th, right here on SFL YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green breaking down all the matchups and each team's schedules. Don't miss a minute of the excitement, including the announcement of one major shift in scheduling. Schedule release show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. As the handoff through the middle will result in about 4 yards. Creech again on another tackle on back-to-back plays, and it's 3rd and 7. Third and 7 with 3 wide receivers. Back gunner center. Letting as much time on the clock drain as possible. Another handoff, right side for Slap. Try to spin out of the only man that far wide of the line of scrimmage. And it's a clean tackle from Tega Clay. That'll put Albuquerque out on downs. They'll look to punt it away, but probably not before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, they should just wait for this.
And indeed, here's the 2-minute warning. Albuquerque only lead by 8. They punt it away to Tacoma when we come back in a 4-point ball game. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. The nitty-gritty time. Tacoma's season on life support. Albuquerque looking to clinch a playoff spot. Whose will prevails? Punts away from Bennington. On the return now is Fallworth. He can only get back to the 17. A gain of maybe 2 on the return. And now the biggest drive of this SFLm season for Tacoma takes place now. They went out on downs on the last drive on a running play from 4 yards away from the line to game. What happens now? Can they make up for what happened last drive? Can they show the SFL what this team is made of? You only get one chance to prove it. Jackson. Left side, caught near the line of scrimmage, only picks up 1. Tacoma hustle back the line. Under a minute 40 now to go. Jackson again looking to throw. Over the middle this time. They're getting these quick hitters over the middle rather effectively, but I think they didn't like how little yards they were getting. They call a timeout. 3rd and 6 on its way.
Yeah, not great play calling on those 2 plays. I get what they called the timeout. Shift what they need to do, because they need at least, I would say, the next 2 plays, 10 or 15 yards, not just getting first down.
4 wideouts, 3rd and 6 from their own 21-yard line. Need a big play here. Jackson looking over the middle. That's caught. First down to Hunt. They'll move the chains to the 28-yard line. Under a minute 25 to go now in regulation. Jackson under pressure. Down he goes with a pass, incomplete.
And good for them on that case because they're going to be able to regain themselves a little bit since the clock does stop after the incompletion.
Clock stops with 1:14 to go. 2nd and 10. Number 28, bunch set, left side of the formation. Quick drop, looking to throw. It's a dump off left side for the tight end, but unable to haul it in. Incomplete. It's Nakai who cannot haul it in. A 1:10 left to go. 3rd and 10 now from the 28-yard line. 5 wide receivers now for Jackson. Looking to throw. Left side into coverage. Picked off. And that might just be the ball game and the season for Tacoma.
Yeah, realistically now, Tyler, after that huge interception, it'll be 2 timeout kneels and then 1 kneel. We'll probably only have Tacoma with at most 1 shot for the end zone. And that's if everything goes right.
Ricky Robinson playing excellent coverage on the left-hand side of the offensive formation, comes away with the pick. And I'm a little bit surprised here, partner. They are going to kneel it down. If I were them, I'd probably run a few plays, see if we can get back in field goal range and give Ye Verdi his 7th opportunity to kick a field goal.
Yeah, well, it's not only that, but also you waste a little bit more time by just running around here, there, and everywhere. But you're still only up by, touchdown for them loses it for you, so I don't fully blame them for just going conservative.
They're going to what'll end up happening is they will try and pin Tacoma deep with not a whole lot of time left on the clock. So you have to imagine maybe 80, 90 yards to hit pay dirt for Tacoma when they get the ball back. They will have maybe one play to do something. Maybe about 20 some odd seconds left on the clock when they get the ball back. But it's not going to be a lot, and they're going to have to go the length of the football field. 3rd and final kneel down from Patak as he exits the field and makes way for the punting unit for the final time tonight. What a game, partner, from this Albuquerque offense. They didn't hit pay dirt. They had their struggles in the red zone, but ultimately the field goals. Ye Verdi, 6 of 6 tonight, might potentially lead them to this victory, but it all comes down now to what these next few seconds hold in store.
Yeah, and anything can happen. Tacoma has had 2 big touchdowns already. Who say they can't have a 3rd?
Bennington, under no real pressure, punts it away. Follower steps away from the ball. It takes an Albuquerque hop, and it's going to die at the 6-yard line with 14 seconds to go. And so the Grizzlies need 94 yards to hit pay dirt and take a crucial victory out of the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, and what a punt, too. Like, realistically, can we talk about that punt? The fact that it landed pretty much right where it needed to be,
Great punt from Landers. We'll see now, or from Bennington. We'll see if it holds up. Quick pass, left side, caught by Hunt. He falls out of bounds after picking up 5. That'll give them a little bit more breathing room if Jackson wants to try a deep shot here on the next play.
I mean, you do have enough time where if you get it to the outside, you can maybe do another 1 or 2 setup plays, but I wouldn't do that because you still run the risk of taking a sack, losing yardage, this, that, or the other.
3 wideouts, 11 seconds to go. Anything tackled in bounds ends the game. Jackson under pressure. Gets it off over the middle. It's bobbled and dropped by both offensive and defensive players alike. 7 seconds to go.
Let's go.
3rd and 5, but it doesn't even matter what down it is anymore. have to get to the end zone. 5 wideouts. Jackson looking to throw. Passes over the middle, caught, but that will end the ball game. Will Oswald could not get out of bounds from the middle of the field, and the Adams are the first team this season to clinch a playoff spot.
And what a way to do it, too. Slow and methodical, nothing flashy about it. Some classic wet weather football. You know, many people would consider this game as one for the purists. You know, nothing flashy, nothing really too crazy, except, well, there were some pretty big highlights, Tyler, weren't there?
Absolutely. A couple of big touchdowns from Tacoma, which kept the hometown fans interested. But it was really the Albuquerque Adams whose slow-rolling mentality, both offensively and defensively, wore away the will to survive of the Grizzlies. 3 takeaways for the Adams, two by Tavis Gordon, 1 at the end by Ricky Robinson, both star cornerbacks combining for takeaways. And eventually, it was just too little, too late, as the Grizzlies were shut out in the second half by the imposing will of that defense.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, player of the game, it has to go to Ye Verdi. I mean, he did it all for Albuquerque, really, in terms of scoring 18 points, 6 for 6 field goals, got everything done with his foot. Although, I mean, obviously, King Jackson would also be an MVP had Tacoma won this football game.
It was an impeccable performance from the kicker. I think he has my vote for player of the game, as the Adams red zone woes do not come back to bite them. They come away with tonight's victory in a very sloppy affair here in Tacoma. And the sloppy, not reminiscent of the play on the field, more so the weather. Your player of the game tonight, I think it's a clear-cut choice, folks. What do you think? Let's see what the pundits have chosen. They pick Ye Verdi, 6-6 with a long of 40 tonight. An absolute stellar performance. For my partner, Jack Brown, I've been Tyler Falk. We thank you so much for joining us here in Week 7. 2 more games going on later tonight. And, of course, Week 8 coming later this week. We'll see you then. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.